Some people can come in, they open up a bank account and they get a checking account, they get a debit card, they do all those things. But other people come to a bank, they want to buy a car on Craigslist, and the seller wants a cashier's check. They don't want a personal check. And this person may not even have a checking account. They have to go to the bank, they hand over $10,000, and they get a check from the bank so that the seller feels confident, oh, this check isn't going to be bounced because it's issued by a licensed national bank. I'll take that. And therefore, that transaction can happen without cash. The seller's happy, the buyer gets their car. And so that product and that situation, that's not a formal banking relationship. That person just walked in and got that money order. They might have gotten like, look, here's a little traveler's check. You could walk in, hand over cash, get a bunch of these traveler's checks. They're still tied back to your identity. But like once they're signed, the merchant can move them around like they're like $100 bill. The bank that issued that traveler's check, again, that's a customer of the bank. It's a user of the bank, but it's not a formal banking relationship. And so when you think of a product like USBC, it's like a digital equivalent of this traveler's check that can be, handed to a merchant or sent person to person anywhere around the world. And so it means that we are supporting an informal bank product. It still has an account number. It's still a bank, but just because something is issued by a bank and it has an account number issued from a bank, it doesn't mean it's a bank account. It could be a deposit account issued from a bank. Just like there's an account number on this traveler's check, but it's not a bank account. And so people get caught up in that, and then they confuse the compliance details with a formal relationship with those of an informal relationship. Companies like Western Union and MoneyGram, they don't have this confusion. Or like Green Dot that does prepaid cards. Those are all folks that deal very heavily in money that ultimately sits at a bank, but is issued by companies that are not a bank in a relationship with customers that need financial services. And so we have an element, a product here, USBC, that's very good for those purposes, as well as competing with a lot of use cases that people have used traditional bank accounts for. So it's a great sliding instrument that works across the whole spectrum of financial needs of the users.